Oh, a truck. That could be quite useful. I'm gonna keep my voice down though, because I'm gonna have to go through these goals, but let's see if this car is unlocked. I doubt it, considering how nice it looks. I mean, the tires are really pumped and it just looks good all around, so I'm just gonna climb up here and see, and yeah, just as I thought, it's locked. Okay, I suppose we can stop here for some supplies, considering I'm down to my last 2 bottles of water, my last box of cereal, and the last tin of beans. It's a petrol station. There's a rope, which is weird, but is there any petrol in here by any chance? No. Empty. People would have come here at the beginning and drained it all, I'd imagine, but down pantry, open 24 hours, and that is perfect for what I need. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and it's, of course, it's locked. What's the bet? There's someone in here. Okay. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and I gotta use the hammer. Okay. There we go. Thank God for that. Hi there. Hi. I came looking for supplies. Is that your truck? Yep. Okay. Not much of a talker? Nope. You are, though. Yeah. I mean, it's really not often that I meet people. Me either. Okay, you're wearing a tactical vest. What, are you a police officer? Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I mean, looks like you lost people. I mean, I think I can tell. You're probably experiencing PTSD, maybe, or some kind of repercussion. I don't really know. How, how did you know that? I mean, it's pretty clear. You can just tell you just look really down on the way you're responding. Sometimes it helps to talk. I don't know. You're a complete stranger. Well, that's because everyone's a stranger before you talk to them. Yeah, I suppose so. Okay then, how about I tell you what I've been through? Then you can go next. I, I'm not sure, right? So, it all started with me going to work. And basically, I make it to work on the first day of this thing, right? I get there, everything is going normal, and then my boss calls me into his office, right? And I get there, and he's on the ground, okay? His upper arm tied off with a zip tie. I actually can't remember which arm it was. I feel like it was his right arm, but I'm not 100% sure. But basically, some guy had bitten him on his way to work, because he always used to walk. He was one of those guys that liked to exercise a lot, so would always take, he'd always rather walk than take a vehicle. So basically, like I said, he got bitten on his way to work. And either way, he asked me to cut off his arm. And I refused, obviously, but I did give him a hacksaw, and I mean, it's crazy, right? I mean, how fast things can change. I mean, I start off a normal day, and within seconds of being at work, next thing you know, my boss is asking me to cut off his arm. It's crazy, right? But basically, soon after, I left the building, only to find one of my workmates feeding off of another workmate. And then at that point, I had no idea what was going on. I was a bit freaked out, so I hid for about 5 to 10 minutes. And in that time, the two ghouls had actually walked away and had begun attacking all of my other workmates. Now, had I known what I know now back then, I probably would have killed those two, and the rest of my workmates would have been alive, but I obviously didn't know at the time that they weren't them, and basically, within a couple of minutes, most of the workers had turned and I managed to get away alongside some of my closest friends, including my boss, who actually survived cutting off his own arm and the infection. And I then rescued my brother and sister, as well as a few other people from a school that was completely overrun. From there, things got better, kind of. We found people all the time, we found enough supplies, had enough food, water, weapons, had a pool full of water that we used to clean ourselves. And then my mother killed herself. But just before that, the military arrived. Guy named General Byron Grayson. Yeah, I heard of him. Oh, okay. I suppose that's good. Then you may also know that he is the worst kind of person in the world. He actually kidnapped our people, only women, and tried to attack them, but I stopped him. I then knocked him out, and then he kidnapped an old man, tortured him, cut out his right eye, and left him to die. And then, after that, he decided to pack up and leave without us knowing, right? Or try to, at least. I found out, and I also found out why he was leaving. And it was actually because he knew that the place was set to be bombed that night. He was going to let the people that weren't his soldiers die. So basically any civilians, women, children would have been burnt alive. That includes me and my family and other people we met along the way. And actually we managed to save everyone. Everyone but the soldiers. And Byron died to my hands. And his men died because of that. It's your story a little like that. I mean, mine's a bit long, but I mean, it's been a few months, so what do you expect? Yeah. Strangely, my story is very close to that. Is that so? Yeah. On the first day of this whole thing, I was also at work. I got called to a location where I found a man eating another man. After a little while, the whole street was overrun. My squad got attacked, and I was the only one who made it out with my life. I then went home only to find that my daughter and wife were also dead. I, I had to, I had to put them down. The government tried making quarantine zones, and they all failed. Some lasted longer than others, but like I said, all of them failed one way or another. I saw so many people die that I just gave up. I mean, I have given up. Yeah, well, we have to keep going. I mean, it's just a part of life. I mean, this is a perfect example. I mean, this whole apocalypse is a perfect example of how we have to keep going. And what kind of life is this, huh? Huh? What's your name? Brent? You? Mark. But what kind of life is this, Brent? It's not the life I remember. I mean, I don't go out drinking on Friday nights or eat roast dinner with my family on a Sunday. How about you? Is your life the same? You said your mother killed herself. That's different. Your boss lost his arm. You're not with your brother and sister, so what happened? They found out you killed Byron, I presume. Then, they didn't see that as you saving them. They saw it as you killed the guy, so they kicked you out, sent you out on your own. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Lucky for me, I've never been much of a socializer anyway. Yeah, me either. That's quite funny, because in your job you'd speak to people daily, and you said you went drinking Friday nights, so that makes no sense. I met a lot of people, yeah. Doesn't mean I like talking to them. Yeah, fair enough, I suppose. You actually surprised me, Mark. They're kind of similar. And, yeah. The only difference is that you're confident. You believe things will get better. You have hope. Well, yeah, I mean, I have hope, but only because one man taught me to do so. I'm not sure hope is something that can be taught. Depends on if you believe that person or not. You definitely believed that person then? Yeah, I did. He was very close to me. He, he's he's gone. I'm uh, I'm sorry for anything and everything you've been through. Yeah, you too. Sorry about your wife and child. Yeah, Well, you said you were looking for supplies. If you want, tomorrow morning you can have my truck. Does that sound good to you? Wait, really? You'll just give it to me? I'm not gonna be of... It's not gonna be of much use to me. What's that supposed to mean? It means that I don't need it anymore. Feel free to stay here till the morning. It's secure. No one can get in. Just make sure you lock the door. I'm gonna get some rest. Um, okay. See you in the morning, I guess. I'll go and make sure I lock the door. Yeah. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's locked. Hope you don't mind, I'm gonna check what supplies you've got and... Wow. Cereal, beans. Is that peaches? Peaches. I've never been much of a fan of peaches, but... Take all the food I can get. Tuna. Can't stand tuna. That's why I make sure it's the first thing I eat. So that, I mean, if I eat that first, then it's out of the way. Pasta, biscuit bar, that's cool. Jeez, he has a lot of stuff. This is gonna keep me going for ages. Water, apple juice. I'm not gonna take all of it because obviously he's gonna need supplies, but MREs, bag of rice. I suppose it makes sense he has MREs because he used to be in the army. Oh no, he used to be a police officer, that's right. And, well, I suppose that explains where all the petrol went from from the station, and yeah, I suppose that's good. I'm gonna sit here, I guess. Or actually, no, I've got my sleeping bag, so I can get that out. Yeah, I suppose I'm gonna go all the way over here because I want to stay out of his way, and I'll set up my sleeping bag here, and I suppose I'll see him in the morning. I guess. I mean, I don't really. I can't believe he just said that I could have his truck. I mean, that to me makes absolutely no. It's actually a really good night's sleep. Surprisingly, I think it's been best night's sleep I've had in quite a while. And stretch. Wait, where did this key come from? It's obviously a car key, but Mark's gone. He must have gave me the key while I was asleep, but this makes no sense. I mean, why would he leave his sleeping bag if he went? Maybe he just stepped outside for a bit, but no, because there's... Wait, there is daytime, right? Yes, bright out. The ghouls are still outside, so that makes no sense whatsoever. Where has he gone? Hold on, let me just check. Yeah, okay. The ghoul blood is still wet, or slightly wet. I mean, it's starting to dry, but it's still wet, so it should allow me to go outside for a bit, but I don't understand where he could have gone. I don't know. Yeah, let's find him. Okay, let's unlock this door. I could go out the back, but no, let's go. Okay, there we go. It's unlocked, and there we go. Okay, there we go. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Gotta be quiet because I don't want the ghouls realizing, but are you kidding me? First, what's going on? I mean, I meet Mandy, and what does she do? She walks into her boyfriend and she kills herself. I meet Mark. What does he do? He hangs himself. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I clearly have the worst luck in the entire world. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what to say about this. I mean, there's nothing really to say. There's nothing I can do now. For God's sake, I should have known. When I saw the rope hanging there, when I was searching around, I should have known that it was there for a reason. For God's sake. I'm going back inside. I'm gonna go and pack everything up. And I'm getting out of here. Maybe I'll bury Mark first, I don't know, but oh, for God's sake, what is my problem? What is it with me and people? I can't I can't be with someone for more than a few hours without them dying somehow. I mean, so far I've met Mandy and I've met Mark in the past few months, and both of them have killed themselves. Now, I don't know if this is it can't be my fault, can it? I don't understand. How could it be my fault? I mean, with Mandy, sure, maybe it was my fault because I didn't say yes that she could join me on my journeys, and maybe Mark was my fault. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't have pried at him. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to get him to talk to me. Maybe I should have just gone off and slept in the corner without trying to talk to him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because I brought up his family and everything. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what made him do it. That's what it is. That's what it is, because I made him talk to me. Made him talk about his past that he just wanted to forget. I've done it again. I mean, first I kill Grayson, and then I kill Torvald, then I kill Grayson. Now Mandy's dead because of me, and Mark is dead because of me. I've got to stop meeting new people. If I ever, I don't know, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just bad luck, but I just can't help but feel like I'm somewhat responsible.